Joining us here on the patio is Joanne Cesar from Umpqua Bank, and she's here to tell us how you can qualify for a home loan in today's market. Hi Joanne, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here, and I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to speak to you and your viewers today.
You're welcome. So Joanne, tell us, if somebody wants to take advantage of today's really low interest rates and exceptionally low home prices, what would they do to know if they can qualify for a home loan?
Actually, it's very easy to figure out what you can qualify for. As a loan officer, we help potential buyers figure out how much they can qualify for and what's the best loan program that fits their particular situation. We actually start with the pre-qualification. A pre-qualification is an easy and simple process that requires very little information, and you can do online or over the phone. I actually review a loan application, examine income and asset documentations, run a credit report, and then I compile all that information and produce a letter that specifically states the loan amount and sales price that the buyer qualifies for. With that same letter, we add that to the purchase contract when we submit an offer.
So what you're saying is when you get pre-qualified, you give the buyer a letter and they use that letter, take it to their realtor, so the realtor can actually submit an offer to buy a house.
Yes, and
Okay.
it's a very important step in today's market to do that.
Yeah, that way you walk in and you have an indication that you are a valid buyer.
Yeah.
You have a better chance of purchasing the home. Makes a lot of difference for it. Joanne, if a person comes and they're interested in doing the process you just talked about for pre-approval, is there a cost for them?
Well, I can't speak to other lenders, but at Umpqua Bank there is no cost to be pre-qualified or pre-approved.
Good.
So it's simple, easy, and free.
Doesn't get any better than that. I have to ask you though, you mentioned a credit report, and I know anytime we mention credit, most people cringe. So is there a minimum score that people should have in order to qualify for a home loan?
It's a great question. Actually, loan programs and qualifications differ from lender to lender. And recently, well, actually about 2 years ago, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac raised the minimum credit score to 620 for conventional loans. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get a loan, because there are still other programs like FHA that you still might be able to use with that type of credit profile.
So what you're saying again is you just have to call a loan officer so they can help assess your situation and tell you if there are loan programs for you wherever you're at with your credit.
Yes, exactly.
Now, does it affect your credit score when you do get a pre-qualification?
You have many good questions. Actually, I did speak to a customer service rep at a credit bureau, and she basically said that your score can drop 3 to 7 points each time you have a mortgage inquiry. So if you're pre-qualifying at a lot of different places, that really could impact your score. But if you do it all within a 30-day time frame, then it only impacts your score once.
That sounds good. Makes a big difference for people, because as you said, credit is something that people are always concerned about and worried about even before they go to a lender.
And when we say people, we mean us too.
Everybody's concerned about it. You know, in this marketplace that we're in now, Joanne, what are the most popular types of loans that are being utilized to purchase a home?
Well, there's been a big decrease in the amount of loan programs since 2007. And I would say right now the most popular program is probably the 30-year fixed rate. And the two programs that jump out the most are FHA and conventional. And FHA actually stands for Federal Housing Administration, and it only requires 3.5% down. That's one of the main benefits. It's for primary residents and usually used by first-time home buyers. The conventional loan, on the other hand, you can use as a primary residence loan, a second home, or investment properties. And the main benefit to that is if you put down 20% or more, there's no mortgage insurance required.
Oh, so it gets a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But in trying to figure out what's the best program for the buyers, you really just have to look at that person's individual situation
Yeah, and their
to
needs.
determine that.
Because if this is a $3 million home, and if you're coming in as a buyer for a home like this, you'd have to step into what's considered a jumbo loan,
Yes.
which is larger than most of the loans that people are obtaining today, because we have a median home price now in the low 200s. So to step from that range to this range is a tremendous difference in the type of loan that you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly jump back to something you said a little bit earlier? You mentioned that FHA usually is used by first-time home buyers. In all of these loan programs, is the buyer allowed to get anything like gifts from their parents or family to help them with a down payment? Because usually for first-time home buyers, that's a big problem, getting to actually be able to afford the down payment.
Yes, FHA is always allowed gift, and the down payment and closing cost, 100% of it could be a gift from a blood relative. And Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which is the conventional side,
Right.
has also loosened up their guidelines, allowing more gifts. So we've just seen that recently.
Okay, so now you know what to wish for your birthday. That's it from Joanne. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us. We really appreciate you coming to the show.
My pleasure.
And I think that just leaves us time to do a few tidbits
Yes.
before we close out the show.